What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be replacing a Inducer fan motor. You can see there, that's the model number. This is an ICP product. Depending on what part of the country you're in, it can be branded a different name, but this one is called arcoaire. So anyways, this unit I've diagnosed has a bad inducer fan motor, as you can see it right there. And I've previously done videos on how to diagnose it. Okay, you can go watch the other ones, but essentially this one gave me, when I powered it up, gave me a fault code of bad pressure or check pressure switch, which, if you're familiar with the sequence of operation, is when you power it up and you have a call for W, for heat, the first thing that needs to kick on is the inducer motor. This inducer motor, all it did was hum. You can check the run capacitor there, see if it's fine. If that's fine and this thing is just humming and it was super hot, then that is a dead giveaway to just go ahead and change out this motor. Okay, it has failed internally. Sometimes you can actually turn the little blade. That is not the case in this particular model, but sometimes you can turn that little fan blade, and if it's all grindy and screechy, then that's another dead giveaway that this motor is bad. So okay, so let's go ahead and change it out. First things first, as you kind of saw here, I previously had checked the run capacitor. We can disconnect that, and it's always a good idea to just put a new capacitor in. It's not a bad idea at all. It's actually probably recommended. So we're going to do that. We're going to undo the ground here. As you see here, we're going to undo this ground, and we're going to do the wiring of this motor. After that, we're going to remove our pressure switch here. Okay, our pressure switch hose, I should say. There it is. Come on. And this one appears to have a cover of sorts that we're going to have to remove as well, all right, to get access to it. So let's go ahead and do it. And apparently in this model, I'm going to have to remove this panel, create a little bit of space to get in there and remove that inducer motor. So the first thing we're going to do, which is pretty normal, is we're going to shut off the gas right here. Shut the gas off. We'll disconnect the gas, undo some of this electrical. If it has a little bit of slack, great. If not, it needs to come out regardless. So that will involve removing a lot of these screws, as you can see there, to be able to access all this. And potentially even shutting it off at the breaker to be able just to do it safely. All right. So a couple more steps, but that's fine. Sometimes it's simple, or I should say sometimes it's more simple than other times. So today's not that case. Today is a little bit more involved. So let's go ahead and get to it. So in this situation, after I shut the power or the gas off, disconnected our gas line there, I did have to go down and shut the power completely to the disconnect, because this disconnect has to come off. As you can see here, I already undid the wires and unscrewed this box off, because the only way to access that inducer motor is by removing this panel. And to be able to get to these screws and take it completely off, this thing did have to come off. So just an additional step you may or may not encounter out in the field. Use your own discretion at that point. But okay, so now I'll just continue taking off these screws and then get that panel off. Okay, so there's the panel. Got it off. And here we now see the inducer motor. Alright, we can probably remove this panel if we need to. Or maybe not. Maybe we can use a L-shaped adapter to get into this tight corner here. But whatever you need to do, it's all fair, you know. You see down there are some additional screws way down there that if I took out, I more than likely could remove this type of heat shield here and maybe even have more room. So I'll let you know what I decide. Okay, so I did go ahead and remove those screws there at the end, and it did give me quite a bit more, you know, wiggle room, if you will. Okay, so now with that out, or easy enough to wiggle out, go ahead and remove the screws that hold the entire piece, including the motor to it. Because if you see the new part, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. The new part comes already with the motor and this housing already. So you don't want to just do just the motor if it comes with the manifold and whatnot. Alright, so go ahead and I'll do that next. And if there's some wires that need to be removed, that will be easier to get them out of the way now, you know, you can definitely do that. You know, and you can just put them right back. Just remember how they go. Okay, I may do that with these. Okay, and there it is. There's the old one. Keep in mind that this was not the easiest one to remove, by no means. If I had to rate it, I would say that this was probably the hardest inducer motor that I've had to take out. It's very awkward place that it's at, and very limited space even with this whole panel off. It's still tough to get in there, so do not be surprised if you struggle a little bit with it. Okay, it's perfectly normal. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and do reverse order and put this new one in its place. There it is. There's the hole. No gasket, so that's interesting. It's a little different, but I guess it makes sense because it is in the exterior of the building, but there is no gasket. Alright, let's go ahead and put the new one on then. Okay guys, pretty much just did everything in reverse order. Again, do not be surprised if it is a lot more difficult than a normal inducer motor on a split furnace. These package deals are a lot tighter, a lot more, or a lot less room, I should say. But anyways, got it in there. It only had 4 or 5 screws. Just go ahead and put them in. Put your panel back on. Reconnect your gas. I had to disconnect my disconnect, so I'm going to remount it. Put all of your screws on, and then go ahead and fire it up. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I reconnected the gas line. Gas is on. Purged it. Put my box back on. Went ahead and turned the power on. There's a couple screws I still need to put in, but I want to go ahead and fire this thing up so we can test it. And of course, wiring was just in reverse order. Okay, that's all we did. This was a like for like inducer fan motor, so just keep that in mind. All right, we got the new run cap on there, And now it's time to fire it up. I don't know if the thermostat is calling right now because the home got so cold. The owner is not here at the moment. They went somewhere else till this gets resolved. So it may not be on heat mode, but that's fine. I can always jump it here. Okay. Doesn't look like it's on heat mode. So I'll go ahead and just jumper these two, red and white. That's all you need to jumper. Oh, actually, never mind. Guess it was calling after all. And it's normal for it to not ignite the very first time. That can happen occasionally, especially if it's been malfunctioning for a while. So we'll give it a second. But the inducer motor is now working, which it was not working before. All right. Sorry, had to turn the gas valve back on. So now the gas valve is on. All right. And now we have ignition. So that's pretty much it, y'all. Go ahead and let this bad boy run for a little while. Put our remaining panel back on. Oh, shut off. Now, does that mean... Okay, we'll see what happened. Not sure what happened there, but this is why we gotta let it run. Maybe there's another issue going on. Some of that is normal though. When furnace has been off, hasn't been working right for a while, it's normal for it to do a few cycles before it gets back up and running. But looks like it is ignited. All right. Let's take a look at the flame. All right. All right, we'll let it run for a little bit. Okay, y'all, so it's been running for a little while. Like I said, sometimes they, will run with this new motor, and it's kind of normal for it to fail. Okay, so we are all good to go. Apparently, whatever caused that flame to shut off, it might have just been that we had the door off and it's a little windy up here. But it has not happened again, so we are good to go. All right. As always, thanks for watching. A friendly reminder: these videos are not DIY. They are not necessarily for homeowners or DIYers. This is more for technicians or aspiring technicians, or even just information-based videos. All right. Which is why I don't do the whole step-by-step and watch me, record myself turning a screw or doing this or doing that. It's more of a instructional video. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.